So once I opened up the Sketchbook app, there is a Rubik's Cube looking thing right here. And it should, if you hover over it, it says perspective guides. We're doing 1 point perspective, so perspective guide. Now I've got here a really dark blue line. Let's go right there, this guy. That's our vanishing point that we learned about like a little while ago. No, horizon line, silly Mr. Badger. Right in the center where the spider web type of thing's looking, this is the vanishing point. At this point, you don't have to draw this stuff that I'm drawing. All right, so that's the stuff. Now, I'm going to make, and there's a magnet tool up the top. You see a snap on snap, it's a magnet. I want to have that on. What that's going to do is force me to only make up and down lines, which are vertical, horizontals, which are across, and diagonals that go back to the vanishing point. So it will not allow you to do anything but those type of lines, which if you do a bunch of them, you can play around with it, and it looks like a portally thing that's super cool. Now, for those of you who are familiar with that, we're going to step one. Once you got your horizon line and your vanishing point, which is already there, so a straight line across, dot in the middle, you're going to make in the upper lefty area a square. There's a plain old square. Nothing special, so a plain old square. Ideally, your lines are verticals and horizontals. Make the square. Now I'm going to switch colors just for viewingness and get rid of the magnet for a sec. These are the 3 corners that I want to have going back to the vanishing point. So I'm going to take a line starting with that corner, goes back to the vanishing point. Another corner goes back to the vanishing point. Final corner, back to the vanishing point. So it should look like a square with 2 triangles coming out of the square. How are you doing? You good? No? Okay. All right. So the next step is we have to turn this into a box. So I'm going to draw a line straight up and down right here, which is the same as right here. So you got straight up and down, straight up and down. Then this one down here, I'm going to close off, going across, going across. So what I'm left with now are these. I'm going to darken these just for funsies. We got ourselves, there we go, a nice cube. Now I have all this extra stuff right here, so I need to erase that. So I'm going to go down to one of these things that you're going to have a toolbar on the side here. Normally down at the bottom, there's a thing that looks kind of erasery. Now, if you have the magnet on, it's only going to allow you to erase in certain directions. Let me show you. So right now I have the magnet on, so I can only erase the ways that I can draw. If you turn the magnet thing off, you can erase all over the place, which is easier. So I turn the magnet off. Whoop, not that. Magnet off, and now I can erase all this extra stuff. And I am left with a nice cube in space. Now, the next step you want to take is to make another cube, but we're going to make that cube on the horizon line. I'm going to make it over here. So I'm going to make a square on this side of the horizon line right here. Okay. Now, the spots where I'm going to be working my lines off of are this corner and this corner, because these right here are far away and you wouldn't see that side of the box. So I will have a line coming this way and another line coming this way. Now, because I got an up and down line right here, I put another up and down line thing right there. And then I'll go to the eraser again, undo the magnet so I can undo the magnet so I can put right there. All right. Now, final step, we're going to do a square below the horizon line. So got to magnet this. straight up and down. We get ourselves another square. Okay. Now again, we want the orangey deals coming from the corners that are close to the vanishing points. And I have a line coming from that corner, line coming from that corner, and a line coming from that corner. Same deal, I've got up and down right here, so I'll do up and down here. Got a cross going here, cross going right there. I'll demagnetize, erase, get rid of these lines right here. All right, and I am all done. So I can get rid of the perspective lines, and I'm left with some cool boxes. All right, and once you've done this, take a screenshot by hitting the control button, and so it'll look like this. Let's see. It's going to be the CTRL button. No, that's an L. Plus this button that looks like a square with two lines next to it. That will take a screenshot for you. And then you can download that and attach it to the assignment, which looks like thus right here, and turn it in, you'll be all done.